In the land of Westeros, the saga of House Targaryen has been a tale of fire and blood, power and betrayal. From the rise of dragons in House of the Dragon to the epic battles of Game of Thrones, their legacy is legendary. Today, we're diving deep into the Targaryen dynasty to explore the fascinating connections between House of the Dragon and Game of Thrones. How do these two epic series intertwine? What secrets from the past shape the future? Stay tuned as we unravel the Targaryen tale that binds them together. 1. In House of the Dragon Season 1, Episode 1, The Heirs of the Dragon, King Vaseryos and Reahnyra discussed Aegon I Targaryen's prophecy of the Long Night, where the prince that was promised would end the darkness.
And just as Daenerys foresaw the end of Valyria, Aegon foresaw the end of the world of men. Just to begin with a terrible winter, gusting out of the distant north. Aegon saw absolute darkness riding on those winds, and whatever dwells within will destroy the world of the living. When this great winter comes, Reahnyra, all of Westeros must stand against it. And if the world of men is to survive, a Targaryen must be seated on the Iron Throne. A king or queen, strong enough to unite the realm against the cold and the dark. Aegon called his dream the Song of Ice and Fire.
2. In House of the Dragon Season 1, Episode 8, The Lord of the Tides, Cregan Stark warned Prince Jacaerys Velaryon about the death that lay beyond the wall when they met to reaffirm their alliance.
The greatest power in the world refused to cross it. Do you think my ancestors built a 700-foot wall of ice to keep out snow and savages? What does it keep out? Death.
3. Tywin Lannister spoke of Harrenhal, calling it the greatest fortress ever built, until dragons happened. He mentioned how Harren and his sons were burned alive inside. In House of the Dragon, Harrenhal was also where Harwin Strong was killed.
Tallest towers, the strongest walls. The Great Hall had 35 hearths. Do you know what happened?
Dragons?
Yes.
Number 4. Shireen Baratheon told Ser Davos Seaworth about reading the story of the Dance of Dragons, the civil war between Rhaenyra and Aegon II Targaryen.
What's this one now?
The Dance of Dragons. A true telling. By Grand Maester Munkin.
Well, that sounds like a proper story.
Number 5. Shireen told Davos about Sir Byron Swan, who, although not introduced in House of the Dragon, wanted to kill Vhagar, currently ridden by Aemon Targaryen.
But the dragon saw a dumb man holding a mirrored shield.
And burnt him to a crisp.
Thus ending the dragon-slaying career of Sir Byron Swan.
6. Shireen also told her father, Stannis Baratheon, about her readings on Rhaenyra and Aegon II Targaryen, describing how their conflict divided the Seven Kingdoms, with people taking sides and dragons fighting dragons.
What's it about?
It's the story of the fight between Rhaenyra Targaryen and her half-brother Aegon for control of the Seven Kingdoms. Both of them thought they belonged on the Iron Throne. When people started declaring for one of them or the other, their fight divided the kingdoms in two. Brothers fought brothers. Dragons fought dragons. By the time it was over, thousands were dead. And it was a disaster for the Targaryens as well. They never truly recovered.
7. While standing in the dragon pit, Daenerys Targaryen referenced how this was where the end of her family began, nodding to the place where Aegon II was crowned king after Viserys' death.
This place was the beginning of the end for my family. Sadrizes Buzdarius Kostaur. A dragon is not a slave. They were terrifying. Extraordinary. They filled people with wonder and awe, and we locked them in here. They wasted away. They grew small. And we grew small as well. We weren't extraordinary without them. We were just like everyone else.
8. Daenerys asked why there were no more dragons in the world, and was told that dragons hadn't been seen for decades, partly due to the events of House of the Dragon, and the significant loss of dragons during and after the conflict.
Have you ever seen a dragon?
Dragon gone, Khaleesi.
Everywhere? Even in the east?
No dragon. Brave men kill them. It is known.
Is known.
A trader from Karth told me that dragons come from the moon. The moon? He told me the moon was an egg, Khaleesi. That once there were 2 moons in the sky. But one wandered too close to the sun and it cracked from the heat. Out of it poured 1,000 dragons, and they drank the sun's fire.
9. Viserys Targaryen mentioned how the skulls of the most notable dragons, like Meraxes and Vhagar, used to decorate the throne room in the Red Keep.
I'll tell you what I have seen. Their skulls. They used to decorate the throne room in the Red Keep. The ones closest to the door were the last ones they were able to hatch, and they were all stunted and wrong. The skulls, it's no bigger than dog skulls. But as you got closer to the Iron Throne, they got bigger. And bigger. And bigger. There was Giscard, and Valryon, Vermithrax, Esovius, Arcane, Meraxes, Vhagar, and Balerion the Dread, whose fire forged the 7 kingdoms into one.
10. Rhaenyra Targaryen's death by Sunfyre was depicted in Game of Thrones Season 3, Episode 4, and now his watch is ended.
Rhaenyra Targaryen was murdered by her brother, or rather, his dragon. It ate her while her son watched. What's left of her is buried in the crypts right down there.
Ceremony is traditionally held in the main sanctum, which seats 700 comfortably.
There appears to be a good deal of room elsewhere on the premises for everyone else.
There aren't more than 700 people of any importance.
No. The rest are there to look adoringly upon the 700 to remind them how superior they must be to have the best seats.
Over there, in that urn, the ashes of Aegon Targaryen. Aegon Brightflame, they call them. He thought drinking